My neighbors wanted to call a professional to mark their property line. My parents agreed. This was a long time ago, but I remember it clearly. We moved into a community with tight space in between our house and our neighbors, and we didn't like them being able to see into our kitchen. We put up a bunch of plants costing thousands, but my parents thought it would be worth it. A week later my parents awoke to the plants completely chopped down. My father was furious and marched down to our neighbor's house. He told my father the plants were on his property line, therefore he had total right to take them down. He warned that if anything were to go on his property again, he would report us to the authorities immediately. Later that day my father called the company that put in the plants, and with the warranty we could have them replanted next week for no charge. We made sure there was no way it was on our neighbor's property. However, a few days later we caught him chopping them down at 2 a.m. We called the police upon obstruction of property, and after a chat with my neighbor he decided to call a professional and mark his property line. My father agreed. A few days later I got home to find orange tape in my neighbor's yard. Apparently his fence was 11 feet over our property line. We watched as he took down his fence. Completely furious, within the next month we were enjoying our new space and privacy in our backyard, and my neighbor ended up losing 1/4 of his backyard. My neighbor ended up having to pay almost 10K for the destruction of our property. And we got to plant our plants again. TLDR, my neighbor chopped down our plants because he claimed we were on his property. After calling a professional he lost 11 feet of his backyard and had to pay for destruction of property. And we got to keep our plants. That surveyor deserved a tip for providing that orange banner of victory. Something similar happened to my parents last year. New neighbor bought the house beside ours, started doing renos, without permits, but that's a whole other story, and complained that our fence was on his property and that the new stone walkway leading to the back my stepdad had built the previous summer needed to get dug up and removed along with the fence. My parents tried to reason with him, explaining that all the landlines in the area are all crooked and that everything had been this way for 30+ years without issue. He wouldn't hear of it and insisted on the removal. So my mom called the city and requested a new eval. After fighting with this guy for months, turns out not only was the fence on our land but his new one was on ours as well. His back fence was on the land of the backyard neighbor and same on the other side. My mom got the 3 other houses that bordered his to all get evals as well, so in the end he lost almost half his yard to the surrounding houses. Justice is so very sweet. When I first got out of high school I worked for a land surveyor. This kind of dispute is very common. We had lots of cases where we would have to testify in court, and often a homeowner would be out pulling our locating pins out of the ground nearly as soon as we'd put them in. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. It's free. Check out some other videos I've made. I told one guy it's fine, the ones that the town put in are still there, we can always put ours back. Next thing you know he's out digging up the granite monument in the street. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. It's free. Check out some other videos I've made. The police have no sense of humor about that. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. It's free. Check out some other videos I've made.